Hey, what's going on? Let's talk about the Florida State SMU football game. So, this was a Saturday night game. I was really intrigued to see what happened because, as we know, Florida State, they have not looked real good this season. Not looked good at all. Um, but we all felt like maybe they've got talent on their team. They just hadn't put it together yet. So, I was curious to see if maybe this SMU game would be a bounce back game. And that's just not what happened. Florida State got smacked. Let's see what the score is real quick. Because I remember when I watched the game and it started off like it was going pretty fine. Like DJU was playing all right. And then out of nowhere, it was like, hold up, the score is 42-16. It seemed like it just got away from them real quick. What we'll do today is we'll talk about the winners first, and then we'll talk about Florida State after that. Just doing a quick recap of some things. Before we do that, this is Sports Truth. I'm your favorite host in the entire world, Jordan Harris. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. So thank you. Okay, so as I said, let's talk about the winners first. Rhett Lashlee. So if you know anything about the Hurricanes, if you know anything about ACC football, then you most likely know that Rhett Lashlee was the offensive coordinator for the Hurricanes for a few years. And he actually performed really well. I was hurt when he left the Hurricanes, to be honest with you, because I really did like his up-tempo style offense. He used the entire field, front to back, left and right, the entire field. He made the defense think at all times. So when he left for that job, I wasn't shocked because he performed so well in his position. I was sure somebody would come looking for him as a head coach. So congratulations to him for getting that position. Um, he's performing just as well as I thought he would. Like his team looks really good so far. They've lost one game, I believe, this year, but SMU has been off the map for a long time, and it looks like he's going to be able to put them back on the map. I think over the next few years, if he does stay and doesn't leave that job for like a big name school in the SEC or something like that, I believe he could build a team that could really give some people some serious questions on whether they could win the SEC in the next few years. The reason why I say this is because, for one, they're in Texas. Texas is a hotbed for football. Like a lot of big name players come from Texas. Second thing is he's getting this pipeline from Florida, and the way he's doing that is by getting a lot of players to transfer from Miami. I think he's got like 4 or 5 players from the Hurricanes playing on this team. So and then he's got this high-powered offense. People want to play that offense because it's so spread out. It's a lot of misdirections. People want to play that offense. So I think he's going to be able to get some crazy recruits from Texas and also get some players from Florida. He's going to have some talent pretty soon. And in the way that he's able to call plays, I think they're going to do some things in the future. Brashard Smith. Let's talk about him. He transferred from Miami. They're using him kind of like Debo Samuel. He's running out the backfield. He's lined up as a receiver. He's doing a lot of things. He used to be a kickoff return specialist for the Hurricanes, really good in open space, and they're utilizing that like crazy. So hats off to Rhett Lashlee. Congratulations on that. Now let's talk about the losers in this game. Mike Norvell. I think it's time that we really ask ourselves if he's overrated or not. I kind of feel like maybe he is overrated, and he got a lot of love and respect off of a couple of good years in the transfer portal. But what it's looking like is if he doesn't have crazy high talent, he's not able to coach his guys up. It doesn't look like he's able to do that. Um, Next thing I want to talk about in that game is DJU got benched. I don't know if it was one of those things like this game is out of reach. I want to protect you for the rest of the game. You're out of here. Just sit. I don't want you to get hurt. It was either that or this pinky injury that he got. Maybe that kept him out. Or did he just get benched because he was underperforming and they wanted to see what the backup is going to be able to do? So it was one of those three. Either he's trying to protect him for the future, he sat him out because he got hurt, or he's tired of seeing what DJU is putting out on the field and he wants to see what the backup does. It's one of those three. I don't know which one it is. The next thing I want to talk about, DJU is far more statuesque than I thought. Like, he cannot move at all. He had a read option where he kept the ball, he tried to turn the corner and dart up the field. His movement, his foot movement was so slow. His foot speed is so slow. I was like, golly, he's no threat to run the ball. And then usually if you have a big quarterback as he is, like just imagine KJ Jefferson who plays for UCF. He is big and strong, and you can see his power when he runs. He can run over people. DJU is big, and he's not fast, but he's not powerful either. So it's rough. But he did that read option and fumbled the way he fumbled. I was like, oh my Lord. So he is surprisingly statuesque, surprisingly, shockingly. It's hard for me to even believe he is that slow. In the pocket, his pocket presence is bad. He looked much better in the first half than he had looked in the previous games. But just watching his game overall, I'm just so not impressed with DJU. Now I want to talk about this. People have been asking if Mike Norvell is going to get fired. His buyout is so crazy that it makes you say, of course not. But I'll say this. Usually when coaches get fired, it's one of two things. One is because the momentum in the program has drastically dropped. Like the recruiting has gone down. Their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator is looking for jobs elsewhere. It just their play on the field looks like it's all bad. So that's one way. The other way to lose your job is when your team quits on you. And right now, it looks like Florida State players are resolved to the fact that they suck and they're not going to win. They look like they have no fight. It looks like once they get down 2 scores, they're like, yeah, this game's a wrap. I'm gonna chill and try to get some stats. Maybe I can get to the NFL that way. I watched, you know, I think body language is really important. I'm a business owner. I have 107 employees. I'm a business owner. I've played sports. I've coached teams before. I'm real big on body language from the leader. I think leader's body language is really important. Mike Norvell, his body language seems like he is expecting to lose. Like he looks like he is a down and out depressed man on the sidelines while his team is playing. He just looks like he's defeated. I see his facial expressions and I'm like, he looked like he want to cry on the sideline. And then I'm watching the players after the game on the field talking to the other team, shaking hands and doing their handshakes and laughing and giggling and smiling and hugging. I'm like, you just lost by almost 30 points on national television. Your team has 1 win on the season, and you out here laughing and giggling with the other team that just beat you? How does that jive with, I would be miserable if I lost like that and we had lost all season like that and people all over the nation have been talking about you like that, but somehow they find a way to, like there's a camera, even if you do want to laugh and giggle with the other team, don't do that while the camera is right here staring at both of you. Like, what kind of optics is that? So I would be preaching that kind of thing. If I was Mike Norvell, I'd be telling my players, like, look, y'all got to have more pride than this. We can't be getting kicked around on the field, and then afterwards, y'all out there having s'mores with the other team midfield, laughing, giggling. Like, come on, man. Have more pride than that. If you are going to laugh and giggle, do that behind the scenes. Go out there, I don't know, go in the locker room area and meet up with the team from meet the other team and do some giggling and stuff. You want to do that, but not in the middle of the field right after the game while the camera is fixed on both of y'all. I just can't understand that. So, is Mike Norvell gonna get fired? Honestly, I don't know. I know his buyout is crazy. His contract is nuts, but if they did fire him at the end of the season, I wouldn't be shocked. If the season continues to go like it's going right now, I would not be shocked because his recruiting class is not great. I think they're number 30 right now in the upcoming recruiting class. His transfer portal, we'll see what that looks like. But his players seem like they quit on him. Looks like they don't care about winning anymore. Their offense looks crazy bad. Their defense doesn't look any better. So, I don't know. It looks like he has, one, lost the team, and two, the momentum of the program has drastically reduced. Drastically. So I would not be shocked if they quit. I mean, if he got fired. And I definitely wouldn't be shocked if he left FSU and went to some other school. If he went to Michigan or something like that, I wouldn't be shocked at all. So those are my thoughts on the game. Let me know your thoughts. SMU really did impress. I thought they looked really good. In Florida State, I did not expect them to look that bad this year. My goodness. So let me know your thoughts on the game. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I truly appreciate that. So take care. God bless. Peace.